caterpillars make a nest called a cocoon. In a lot of months, it starts to open up, and the caterpillars transform. The caterpillars are a caterpillar anymore. You transfer forward to transform to a beautiful butterfly. Now we can go check out the truckies. Oh, there. See? They're cool. You can't see them very well because of the fence. But sure enough, one's blue, one's black, and one's gray. I can't see very well. A caterpillar. A caterpillar.
I can't see very well.
I will see the cat. I want to show them the caterpillar. See it?
Very well.
See them? There's 3 turkeys. There's 3 turkeys. Wow. There's 3 turkeys. Wow. What's rising up their head like a horn? What's that? Rising up their head like a horn. That's what they make. Gobble, gobble. See? There's a caterpillar there. Can you pick me up again?
I already did.
There's another one there. Did you hear all that? And so this for sure you can write. This for sure you can write a unicorn turkey because there was a turkey that had a horn. See? It's that one. No, don't! See? So you're gonna see a cow soon. See, the turkeys don't need to itch because they don't have hands to itch. But those are all itchy eats. See, can you set me down now? See, call that one a unicorn turkey. I know that's longer than a turkey, but write that in your notebook. A unicorn turkey. See, there was 2 boy cows and 1 mama cow. There's 2 boy cows and 1 mama cow.
See 100 caterpillars.
Yes, they do. This one caterpillar, and there's 2. Yes, it is. There's 3, and there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Let's go back over to my family. Hey, Daddy, I saw 14 caterpillars. Oh.
Mike, come right in. Hello, come right in. Welcome. This is the Shaker Trustee Building, and you know what? Nobody lives here. This is a community building. Yeah. Shakers were good people. Hands to work and hearts to God. They're real good people. They had lots of different businesses too that they did. They would sort out seeds and put them in individual packages and sell them just like you see at the store, all those seed packets. And they made rose water. This is rose water. It's made with rose petals. You want to smell it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll make you sweet for the rest of the day. I'm telling you. How's that smell?
Good.
Good, huh? Want to smell again? Does it smell good? Want to smell it? Make it sweet for the rest of the day.
Yes.
They would use that to, actually they could use it for flavoring. Do you ever make chocolate chip cookies? Yeah? And you put vanilla in them. But guess what? If you wanted to, you could use rose water instead of vanilla. It's a really good thing. Absolutely. Look at these down here. This is a broom making machine. Now, do these look like brooms that you have at home? Do these look like brooms you have at home? No, these are corn brooms. And they're made with the tassel of the broom corn plant. Feel this, how tough it is. Feel how tough that is. It's really tough. Isn't that tough?
Tough, yeah.
Yeah, real tough. Makes a great sweep, and also you can mop with this, so it gets up all the dirt in the floor.
It's really tough.
It is tough. It's really tough. Unbelievable, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear something else funny? You see this right here?
Yeah.
This is linen cording. It's really tough, and it goes around and holds the broom together. And you want to hear something else?
What?
My dress is made of the same stuff up there. It's all made from flax and the linen. Something that's different, huh?
We'll take pictures of the sign.
So,
This house was built in 1797, the Nathaniel Rochester House.
yeah, let's go in. Those people just got out. Okay. No people in there? Okay, there's a restroom there. This doesn't have much rooms. This doesn't have much rooms.
Oh, that's how they built houses in 1797. Couldn't build big houses.
Let's go check over here in the washroom. There's a door in the washroom. You gotta look. Look, Daddy. We didn't miss a door. Can you come in with us?
That's the bedroom.
Come on. Wow.
Wow.
A bedroom.
That's how they built their beds, with string.
Go to the next one.
Well, this is the drugstore. Nobody's in there. All this is just medicine.
The next one's the dressmaker shop.
Dressmaker shop. Okay. Huh? Nobody's in here. Dressmaking, huh? Dressmaking shop. Huh? There is? I hear him.
I need your map.
Starting to rain a little bit, isn't it? Hi there, welcome to the cooper shop. Yeah. In a cooper shop, we make buckets and barrels and butter churns. This is a butter churn maker. So we make all sorts of containers out of wood. And they're round containers made out of pieces called staves. The this is a stave. This is for a bucket. I'll show how it goes together in a minute. And these are all the tools that a cooper uses to make his buckets and his barrels. Right here's a great big heavy old beer barrel. Really, really thick wood. And over here is a, we call a slack cooperage or a dry barrel. And that's just lightweight for a lot lighter things and you don't have to worry about it leaking. So let me see if I can find a chunk of wood and show you a couple of these tools. This is called the jointer plane here. And this takes shavings of wood off. Instead of pushing the plane over the wood, we push the wood over the plane. It goes like this. I hold it at an angle because all these pieces of wood have an angle on them that points right to the center. And we make one end narrower than the other so it'll all squeeze together really tightly. Yeah, you can see that.
See how it's narrower here?
Mm-hmm.
It's wider here.
Mm-hmm.
This way it can sit. This would be the outside of the barrel. And then they can all fit together and go all the way around.
Well, let's see if we can put one of these things together here. The other main tool I have is that bench there, and it has these draw knives on it. These are for hollowing out the inside of the staves and rounding the backside. And just doing rough shaping in general. Okay. Here we go. I think there's 14 pieces of wood that are staves and then the bottom. That's right. So that's how they go together. Bucket or barrel, whatever you make. Pretty much that same way.
Wow, cool.
You think you'd like to be a barrel maker? A cooper? No? What do you want to be?
Animal scientist?
A scientist. Wow.
Animal scientist.
An animal scientist. What kind of animals do you like to work with?
Flying fish.
And here's a little piece of an example of what we're going to make. So it's going to be a very fancy blanket. It's not going to be pink and lime green though. It's going to be green and red. So what do you think? Fancy blanket?
My two favorite colors are red and blue.
Red and blue, you know what? I like every color. Every color. So this is what we'll be doing. But I'm still pulling all the threads through the middle here. That's called a reed. And I have to use this hook, this flat hook, to pull the threads through. So if you were to come again in a couple months, maybe towards the end of summer, we might almost be done with this. Instead of just being thread, it'll be a blanket.
So how long would a blanket take?
It's gonna take us a couple months.
Really?
Yeah. When you figure we're here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
How long would it have taken?
You know what? It really depends on the loom.
Mm-hmm.
I know somebody who has a loom like this, and he has an attachment to send his shuttle back and forth really fast. Let's see, I got a shuttle here. So the shuttle is filled up with thread, the colored thread, and it goes back and forth. So I will be sending this across, but he has a mechanism that he pulls a string and this flies one way. He changes his speed on the treadles and switches the yarn and goes back and forth. And I think his fancy loom, he made one in a day.
Wow.
That's really fast.
Yeah, that's fast.
No, but if I was weaving at home, it would take me probably a month or two.
Yeah. You want to look through the house, see what else you see?
Cool.
More baskets.
Wow.
We'll go to a bigger house and see
Whoa,
the other one.
kitchen. Wow, a bedroom. A kitchen counter. Another kitchen counter.
Would have been on a sleigh, and we would have taken it into the sugar bush to fill with maple sap.
Oh.
So it was a storage, something to store the maple sap till we were boiling it.
And what is that thing next to it?
That thing next to it is called a flax rake. See all the stuff that looks like hay?
Mm-hmm.
That's called flax. And flax is a plant that has fibers in it so that we could spin it on the spinning wheel and make linen thread to weave with. My neckerchief is made out of linen, and so is my petticoat.
And there's even a sign that
Flax,
says
yep.
flax.
Yep, it's a plant that grows in the garden. But inside it has all little tiny fibers that are very long and very strong. So that's how some of the people were making their clothes. And sheets for the beds and towels. That was a very long time ago that they did that. Very, very long time ago.
Did you see the spinning wheels in here?
No, I did not see that
Little ones
one.
over there too.
I did not see that big one or the little ones. And what is that?
That's called a swift. See the ball of yarn?
Uh-huh.
Well, the yarn that goes around is called a skein. And you use the swift to roll your skein into a ball. So these are just tools for making some yarn and using the yarn. And do you know how we got the colors for the yarn? Can you think of something that we would use to make colors? How about flowers? Flowers would give us some yellow colors. And the onion skins that Mom probably just throws away when she's cooking or Dad throws away, we can use that. We can use black walnuts. And for red, we use little bugs.
Ew.
They're very expensive little bugs. And they come all the way from South America and Mexico. They're called cochineal. And that gives us red. And blue? Well, blue comes from a plant called indigo. But we don't grow the plant here. It's grown further away from us. And it doesn't even come looking like a plant. It comes looking like a blue rock. And that's because they rot and ferment the leaves of the plant. And then there's this sediment that they put in trays and cut into cubes. And that's how we would get it.
I love bugs.
Yeah. So that's good.
Very cool.
Daddy hates snakes, but I love snakes.
You love snakes?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Wow.
See the fire
My
pits?
Number one favorite snake is the king cobra.
Oh my goodness, those are so dangerous, aren't they? Yeah. But it's your favorite, huh?
Oh, and what is that?
This is our oven.
I know, but what is that?
That's the oven. So,
I thought that's the oven.
no, that's the fireplace. We cook on the fireplace and we bake in the oven. So we would bake cakes and pies and breads in the oven. So we would put a fire in there to start out the day. And then when it's cold, all the bricks would be really, really hot. And then we could put our baking, the stuff we want to bake inside.
This is called Hosmer's Inn, and it's built in 1818. Comes in.
Well, good day.
No.
Welcome, Hosmer's Inn, folks. Well, hello, miss. Welcome. Love your masks. Very fun. So, have you ever stayed at a hotel before?
Yes.
You stayed at a hotel? So this is kind of like a hotel to times. We call this an inn. So this is the Hosmer's Inn. And it was built in 1818. We interpreted in the 1830s once it's established and they would start having guests and things staying here. So there's a couple different rooms down here. The room we're standing in is the bar room. So this is where the boys would hang out. They would enjoy some games of drafts there. They would see what was for lost or for sale or what was wanted at that time in the area. And they could also put an order in for their meals that they wanted to over there by that open area. Then there's a dining room. There's two different dining rooms as well as a parlor here. The parlor is where you would be able to write correspondence to somebody while you were traveling, where ladies could enjoy their tea over there. If you wanted a room, it would cost you $1.50 to $2 for a room. Now, I can promise you, you will have the bed to yourself, but I can't promise that you'll have the room to yourself. Oftentimes they have multiple beds in the room, and you wouldn't have to share a bed with anybody anymore. But you would still have to share the room. So they had multiple children here. So as you can imagine, they had 7 fireplaces, and it was the job of the boys to take care of that. And then their daughters would tell 3 people and work the one. So I'm going to take a look around. So this is the parlor where you can enjoy tea and such, as well as write your letters. That is a map that shows you a bit of the Erie Canal. So once the Erie Canal came, once it opened up, you wouldn't have as many people traveling on that road, but you still get folks like your locals that have now, the workers on the canal that are now creating a town essentially that will be right up the road.
Cool, not a table.
Yes, that's the dining room. So that's the other dining room, the family dining room, where they might enjoy meals with guests. This is more for your high-class visitors.
That looks funny.
It does look funny. You can see all the wax that's melted off, and we even have our chandelier here that we use candles for. Because there's one thing we're missing here, right? When it gets dark, what do you need? What do you usually turn on?
A light.
A light. These are my lights. I don't have electricity here. So when it gets really dark in here, we would have the fire going, and we have the candles lit and the chandelier lit. Now the kitchen was in the basement. So that's where Mrs. Hosmer would do her cooking. She would do it over the hearth. So a lot of one-pot meals. So soups, you would get some grub of sorts. So.
Huh?
Nothing in there, huh? So then we have our fancy china over here as well that you would get imported from Europe. So compared to what you would find in the public dining room, which is not wallpaper and uses pottery that you can just purchase from your local potter.
Miranda, come on.
Alright, Aiden, this is the public dining room.
Hey, come on.
So that's where the boys would hang out, I guess. The ladies would be on the side, and the gentlemen would be on the side of the building.
All blue.
And you can see that it's a little different compared over there. There's no wallpaper, and you don't want people to break things. Big beer signs. Exactly.
Hey, what does that? Hey, what does that say? Public.
That is a private room. That is the wood shed. So that is where you would store all your wood and things like that, and other supplies that you might need.
What is that door?
That door goes downstairs to the basement. So that one goes downstairs to the kitchen area. It's locked right now. I can't even get in. I don't even have a key to get in there.
That's that. Cool.
So that's where you would put your order in if you wanted a drink, or if you needed some water or something to clean yourself up. You could purchase it from there.
I need a bigger book.
Enjoy your day. Thanks for visiting.
Thank you. Do you know what that's for?
No.
What do you think they brought out of that? What do you think this?
Water?
Yep.
Video, huh? Cool.
Aiden, what do you think this guy's making in here?
I don't know. It could be a shoe or boot.
Shoe or boot? Yeah, I'd say you're right.
Shoes and boots, yep. Looking at a shoe right here. You ever seen a shoe being made?
No. I just got into the Royals office. Nobody's in here. There's just one room, which is weird. Where do you go?
Huh?
Where do you go, Daddy?
To the confectionery shop.
I just figured out there was one room in there.
Just a one-room lawyer's office?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm gonna go take a...
This is the confectionery.
Now I'm gonna go into the confectionery office.
Welcome. This is our sweet shop here.
Yes, you'll like this
It's a bakery, and we have different candies too.
one. Huh?
Now you're gonna get your journal, your notebook, get ready for everything, and write down it in the next page. Today's word of the day is cocoon. Thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Visit our online channel. You can buy lots of things on it. Or a journal. You can buy a journal on my online website.